Zach, perfect timing. You remember Abby Goodman, friend of mine you helped before?
Yeah, of course. She really your friend, or all just part of the cover you had going on?
No, no, she is. She's a spy for Noctis too, though. She's actually been working on something for me and finally managed to get some info I'd been trying to get.
What information was that?
I spent a part of my life in a rehabilitation camp after my arrest in Ophir. It was the worst time of my existence, and I've always wondered how I'd ended up here. Who had turned us in? We were just a group of street kids. We would steal food here and there, but we weren't dangerous. However, we were arrested and deported to a camp like hardened criminals or terrorists. What happened followed me for many years, until I learned that an important member of the Vori clique was responsible for the deportation of dozens of people. Most of them were innocent, but a nuisance for the mob. I want to find that guy. I want to know if it's he who got us deported. I want to understand why, and make him pay. For me, and my companions, of course, but also for those poor people who hadn't asked for anything.
I understand. That man seems to be a real scumbag. I'll help you find him.
Thank you, Zach.
Take a look. Good as new. Like she's right off the factory floor.
Okay, great. So we can get anywhere we need to go?
To the horizon and back if you need to. Beer ho!
I always feel funny seeing the city from a distance.
That's because it looks like a big old beetle with its metal shell. Wait for a sandstorm, and you'll get to see the beetle fly. Who wants to stick around for a sandstorm? No? No takers?
Ah, home sweet home, as they would say. Though, I'm not sure who they... Oh, I do hope my clinic is still there.
No reason it wouldn't be, Scott.
But it's a wily one. My clinic, I swear, it once moved overnight.
You were just stinking drunk.
I'm getting a bad taste in my mouth. I can almost smell my people's blood and sweat from here.
I've been spending my whole life sneaking in and out of this city. Getting sick of it.
As long as Vic the Dick is around, he'll be hunting for Zach, and we'll have to keep a low profile. But if it bothers you so much, I can drop you off here.
I don't want new friends. I'd rather change our destination.
Ophir's quite ominous from a distance, like a big black tick hanging above the canyon, sucking the life out of its citizens. Sorry, was that too dark?
traitor! Get him!
I've seen that look before, Nisha. It's a look of revenge. I know all about hatred, scorn, but believe me, it isn't the wisest place to draw motivation.
You're right. But these questions have been buried far too long.
Your mind has been set. I respect that. We'll go and dig up your answers, but heed my warning. No amount of dirt will satisfy you.
Who are you? And what the fuck are you doing here? This is private property, and you have no business here.
We don't give a damn about your warehouse. What we want are answers, and like it or not, you're gonna talk.
Come on, guys, let's get it! That's it! I'll tell you what you want to know.
Very well. You're the one who used to turn in people who were an obstacle to the ASC, right? The one who was sending innocents to rehabilitation camps?
No, look, it's way more complicated. Yeah, sure, I was in charge of making up evidence back when proof was needed to frame someone. But with the ASC out there headhunting, now all you gotta do is send an anonymous letter to get someone deported. Most of the time, it wasn't I who was in charge of deciding who had to leave. We would get together and present those who might threaten us. It wasn't a single man's decision. Anton wasn't our chief yet.
Not most of the time, but it happened. You sent a bunch of street kids straight to a camp, and I don't see what threat they represented, so? Why? Personal vengeance? What the hell did they do to you?
Nothing, but a girl from that gang came to see me. She told me that another kid had overheard us, and she wanted to turn us in. It was believable. And since that snot-nosed kid could have talked about it with his gang, I turned in the whole group.
You're lying. It doesn't make sense. None of us would have turned in someone in the group.
I know what I'm talking about. Why would I lie to you? The kid, I think her name was Gloria.
You lied! Gloria would have never done anything like that, you son of a... You're gonna die, scumbag.
Nisha, I understand your anger, but killing him won't give you back your years spent in a camp. Come on, leave him alone. Let's go.
That guy's a monster, Zach. He used the most sinister characters of our corporations and manipulated them to get rid of poor innocent people. But you're right. This won't give me back what he took from me, nor what he took from others. I'll follow you.
I know you prefer for us to shut it, but Nisha, do not let such new questions torture you for even more years. This time, find your answers quickly.
It can't be. I can't.
Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Zach. Everything all right?
You always been alone? Or never had anyone you cared about?
You mean guys? Why? You the jealous type, Zach? Afraid of some competition? Scared you won't measure up? There was one guy, Nick. I was only 10, but I was head over heels for him. He died in the rehab camp after we were all deported around the same time, though. Other than him, couple flings here and there, but nothing much more serious than that. You asking because you heard the rumors and no fear that I'd sleep with anyone wearing a medal?
No, I was just...
I did what I had to do, Zach. To do my job. Never cared about those guys. That's the truth.
You just did what you had to do. I'm really happy you're here.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same. Wouldn't want you to have had these crazy adventures beside anyone else.
You're very loyal to the city. I admire it.
How could I not be? Noctis welcomed me in, fed me, healed me, taught me. Everything I have, I only have because of this city. It allowed me to be who I am today. It's no different from your dedication to your Technomancers. So, not sure it's worth your admiration, but it's nice of you to say, I guess.
You miss making music?
I miss performing. I mean, I still sing for myself here and there, write new lyrics when I feel inspired, but the moments I shared with my audience, it was so intense when I felt everyone humming with me.
How about you sing for me?
Maybe another time, but I'd love to. There's something intimate in sharing your art, like sharing your soul. It's why I feel like music can unite people across corporations, on opposite sides of wars or causes. It's simply beautiful. And in between the notes, our differences seem to disappear. The second all this ends, I'll get back to it. It's what I was born for, and I'm not one to deny destiny.
How the hell did you go from being an artist in Ophir to a spy in Noctis?
Less of a stretch than you think. After all, a good lie, like good art, has to be close to your reality, right? Truth? I was an orphan. Parents did die, and I was on the street and got sucked into a gang. We all got arrested pretty quick and ended up in a rehab camp. Swore I'd die there a couple of times because I wasn't gonna let them brainwash me, and they didn't take too kindly to that. I took the beatings, but got to keep my mind. Then, the day came. Noctis attacked. They freed a lot of us and brought me here, took care of us, gave us a chance to have lives again. So, I felt like I owed them something in return, and offered to go back to Ophir as a spy. Good thing, too. Otherwise, who would have torn you out of Victor's grip and brought you back here?
Zachariah, your help would be indispensable once more.
I'm listening.
First, I want to thank you for helping me, my mother, and all the mutants.
I don't really feel like I helped your mother, but if you say so.
Sometimes you have to look beyond appearances. I miss her a lot, but at least she did not suffer thanks to you. But let's get back to what I wanted to talk about with you. I managed to get in touch with a man who can provide us with military equipment. And we are going to need it because we have to be able to defend ourselves. But that man will never do business with the mutant. That is why I need you to negotiate in my place. If you wanted to look like a merchant from Noctis and go to the meeting point with me, I'm sure that he would agree to sell you the surplus we need so much.
That doesn't sound too complicated. I guess I can do it.
Thank you. We will never forget what you did for us, Zach. Come join me when you find a merchant outfit, and we will go to the meeting point together. It is below a shadow path. I will show it to Amelia.
The road to Noctis.
Hush up. As we close in on the city, I'll have to dodge a shit ton of potholes made by the fuckload of traffic. So I'm gonna need absolute concentration.
Noctis is quaint, but too businessy for my taste.
Well, it is a merchant city.
Indeed, but where's the science? Where's the progress? After all, science is the one who made all this possible. I mean, it's also the reason why we're stuck here.
When we get there, we should go say hello to Dandolo. He hates it when I don't stop by to peck him on the cheek.
I still like this city. It was the first human place where my brothers could roam free.
I didn't see many of you there, though.
So many memories over there. So many bad ones. The nostalgia of spending hundreds of hours in the unloading area, filling and emptying Marcello's sand sails. Is nostalgia the right word? Because past aside, it feels like home now.
The most exotic goods on the planet. All here, in one stall.
Set up the exchange with that Aurora quartermaster if he was a complete stranger.
Some mutants aspire for freedom everywhere, Aurora included. When I learned that the quartermaster was looking to dispose of stocks of merchandise, I sent messengers.
Messengers? Mutant messengers? And he still took the messages seriously?
No, I paid humans, noble-looking ones too. Plus, we have a few sympathizers over there, some of which are merchants who are always more than helpful, for a price.
I thought you didn't want Dandolo in the loop.
Indeed, I had to pay them. A lot.
Quite a pickle. Exchanging weapons with Aurora when half the people in this rover are from Abundance. Goodness, what if... No, we wouldn't get caught.
I hope you can all stay discreet. I'm looking at you, Amelia. Because then our meeting would end rather... I know that Aurora tolerates alliance. Rumor has it that they even consider lying. But Abundance, they'd rather go to war. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said it. If there's any corporation you want to be heard talking about, just talk about alliance. Avoid the others. Don't want to start anything.
Hey, Zach, count on me if you need some help during the transaction. I've got real-life experience, after all.
Phobos, if Dandolo finds out you're plotting behind his back...
He's my ally, Nisha, not my mother. Which means I don't have to tell him what I'm doing at every hour. I think that our negotiator's already there. He must be waiting for us below the Shadow Path.
I'm rather excited for this little excursion. Passing off as a merchant is a welcome change. I haven't played another character in forever.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but we're not going to be in our roles for long.
Zachariah, where's your sense of fun? The simple fact that our mission requires us to dress up and play pretend is already such a beautiful thing.
Thank you both so much for going along with this. These shipments are of the utmost importance.
Hi, I'm Zachariah. Are you Sincerity?
Yes. Your message mentioned that you're a merchant and that you may be interested in some merchandise. I have some overstock that I'm willing to sell, but I want to be sure that this merchandise won't end up in enemy hands. Please understand that the safety of our corporation depends on it, and that I don't want any of my superiors to learn about this type of transaction.
I understand your concern, which is well justified. You are at peace with the rival corporations, and there's no reason why your superiors ought to be aware of our little arrangements. In fact, we have an agreement in mind. People who are very interested in regular deliveries of merchandise from your place. You know, Alliance, I presume?
Indeed. We've never really fought against them, but I've heard that they have very advanced technology. Why would they be interested in our merchandise?
It is true that they have quite advanced technology, but their spirit of scientific inquiry prompts them to study others. They run experiments all the time, which requires a lot of primary materials, and since they were planning to offer your corporation a deal, I think that's what prompts them to study our equipment more closely. It's always good to know how one's ally is armed.
I have heard of that agreement project. It's true. Rumor has it that Alliance is eager to conduct all kinds of experiments. Very well. It seems like a good and interesting deal to me. We can do business. Someday, I will kill that madman.
Who is this mutant? Why did he kill the merchant?
Kane. He refused any type of relationship with humans, and I guess that is his way of showing me that he disagrees with my trying to do business with them. But he failed the negotiation I had been working on for months without even realizing that we need these weapons. Anyway, I guess I need to find another way to stock up.
You idiot! You brutish! He's just fucked up your whole supply plan.
That was his goal, I think.
Do you really think that? Do you really think he would prioritize his issues with you over his plans for Mutant Valley?
I think the two of us hold very different beliefs on what Mutant Valley could be, on its value to our future.
so sorry, Phobos.
Don't be. Had I known that Kane would intervene, I would have never arranged our meeting there.
Kane, what a guy. Looks like he wouldn't hurt a fly. Instead, he'd kill hundreds.
He hates humans, hates their guts, and he won't stop until he dies. And unfortunately, he has a lot of followers.
What did... I don't understand. We had to buy something, right? So then why did that big mutant kill our trading partner? Did the mutant work for Abundance too?
No, Scott. The mutant doesn't work for Abundance. He killed the man from his own hate, and it left us unable to finish the exchange.
Uh-huh, I see. How sudden. What a twist.
Such a waste. All that time spent for that exchange to turn into nothing. If I find out who told Kane about the meeting, I'd show him what makes me different from scum.
Take it easy, big guy. With all these intercorporation wars, finding weapons won't be too difficult. I could ask around for you.
Why, thank you, Andrew.
We were lucky Kane didn't attack you too, Phobos. He obviously doesn't like you. You're his natural competition for Chief.
I say bring him on. That brute doesn't scare me.